Well, hello everybody, and welcome to, what are we going to call it today, Ben? What are we going to call it?
There's a couple, we're toying around. I like the Spring into Savings.
Spring into Savings
Wednesday.
Awesome. So Johnny's not here today. Johnny, believe it or not, is out on the road. So if you're catching this and you're catching it live, beware. He could be showing up at your place today.
Yeah, that was going to be my other name, was going to be Willie Mercado. Because he's like Willie Nelson on the road again, but then I'm like, okay, we don't want to show age here. We got too many guys that are younger out there that might go right over their head.
Right over their head.
But I did it anyways. I squeezed it in there.
For sure. So we got a whole bunch of things to talk about today. So.
Yeah, exciting stuff. It's stuff. Some of this stuff is going to be repeat stuff. You know, we want to make sure we're touching everybody that's out there and make sure we're hammering some of this stuff into your head. So we're going to jump right into it.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So first thing first, we always start out with this. KFest is going to be coming up. The window is now narrowing. We are still a couple months out, but it is going to be here sooner than later. So this is KFest Atlantic City. This is going to be their first foray in coming up into the Northeast. GoFast is going to have a huge presence there.
Absolutely.
So we want to make sure you guys know to get travel arrangements, whatever you need to do, but get yourself down there, get registered up, because it's going to be one heck of a time. And I think we got something going on.
As a matter of fact,
as well.
That Friday is going to be the after party. So for those of you guys that remember CES, I remember going to CES, and Monster Cable always used to throw this kick-ass party right at the beginning of like the first or second day there, and it was typically in the evening, and they would have just a concert and some great guests. So in that vein, in that theme, we're going to have an after party at the Hard Rock Hotel in Atlantic City. We're gonna sponsor that with our partner Davis Distribution, and it's going to be the party to be at. You guys are not going to want to miss this party. It's going to be by invitation only, so keep your ears peeled. There's going to be more information coming soon. Talk to your GoFast sales rep. If you're making plans to go down there, June is such a great time to be in Atlantic City. The boardwalk will be open. The beaches will be open. It's just an awesome time to go down, maybe bring the family. You know, spend the weekend doing a little bit of both. You know, letting the family have some good, some relaxation, and for you guys to catch KnowledgeFest in Atlantic City. See us over there. It's going to be a great time, and don't miss the after party. That after party is going to be, I mean, I'm old to be saying this, but off the chain, off the hooks. It's one of those things, but it's going to be all something.
We go big. We know
it's going to be great.
We know what it's going to be. And again, make sure you let us know that you're going to be down there, because it is going to be invite only. Been talking to a lot of you guys. Again, we want to get that word out soon. Heard that hotel accommodations are going to fill up fast. I got some guys that have already booked. But a lot of the guys that I tell about that party, I think that's like the swing. They're like, I don't know if I can make it. I'm like, well, we're hosting the biggest party of the year at the Hard Rock. They're like, actually, you know what? I think my schedule just freed up. So we got a lot of reasons to be there. KFest is a tremendous opportunity just to go learn about all the brands, some of the stuff that we're going to highlight today, to go out there and get your learn on. But we're going to make this one fun too, and it's going to be a big 3-day affair. So make sure you get that on your in your schedule books. Don't start booking those days quite yet. So we got that going on. But we also got some promos. So we were going to talk about how you can get your learn on, how you can better your business. Well, once you better your business, you're going to want to make more money. So we got some promos to help support that.
We got some killer promos going on right now.
Yeah, so we're going to start out with the Sony Unlock the Savings promo. So that is going on now. That's something we're doing for this month. And this is going to be towards both the GS and the ES line of speakers. So if you are an ES dealer, which is an approved line, so if you're not an ES dealer and you'd like to be a Sony ES dealer, let us know. We're taking applications. But we're going to have a set program for you guys. And then for everybody else, if you're part of the GoFast family, we're going to get you in on the GS program as well. So I'm not going to go into all the details, but the long and short of it is you're going to be able to mix and match speakers, subs, get all of that stuff that you need to get yourself ready for the audio season. But by getting in on this program, you're going to get some discounts on head units. Yep.
I mean, so I think we last month we did a promo for GS. We had the whole Love at First Beat, and we gave away an e-bike at that. There was those GS speakers. I think you guys did a long Facebook Live on it. There's just a ton of value in terms of it's a speaker that people know. Sony is a brand that's recognized in our industry and out of our industry, which is really important, right? For folks that don't know the 12-volt aftermarket business, they know the brand Sony. They don't need to be in this industry to know. So a speaker that's going to sell well, a speaker that you're going to make crazy margin on just at dealer price, right? I think we talked about the margins being at 60 point plus at dealer price. Well, the Unlock the Savings promo is going to give them 4 pairs of speakers for free. That becomes significant because if you're making 60 points before, what are you making after?
Yeah, and you're going to have some stuff to either, again, we say it all the time, get some stuff in your board so that you can use some free speakers to go promote the other ones that you're getting as part of the bundle. You could throw it in a demo vehicle, or you could toss it into your inventory, cost average down, like Bob was saying, make more money on the speakers that you have. But a huge opportunity for you guys. And like I said, by getting in on the speaker portion, you get discounts on some of the other stuff as well.
Head units and amplifiers. And the head units, especially since Sony is known in our industry, now we move back into like the inner circle of the people that are in this industry. We all know Sony head units sell. So if you're getting a discount on Sony head units just by buying speakers, that's just doubling your savings, and it's significant. I think the dealer that has the wherewithal and the pockets, right, to plan his business, you're going to make a killing with this deal. You've got to take a look at it, crunch the numbers, but I'm telling you that this is a high profit margin deal for you to get into.
Yeah, and if you do see value in the deal, like a lot of the things we do, the more you spend, the more opportunities there are to save. So make sure you ask your sales rep to explain that out as well, because again, like Bob's saying, this is a great opportunity to load in. And if you're going to load in on some stuff, get yourself ready for the audio season. Again, spring's here already. If you want to get ready, you want to get ready with stuff that you're going to be able to make the most money with. Sony has been a great partner with us to help make that possible. We also still have the Baker's Dozen sale going on.
Absolutely.
So we're running that too. We also have a deal on the 8500. So that's
that 8500 is sharp. For those of you guys that haven't seen it, Sony had the 9500 come out in the ES line, and there was this big flagship unit that only ES dealers could get. Well, now they've come out with the 8500, and that's available to all of our Sony dealers.
Yep, again, ES guys, you can get that too. So we're not excluding it from you, but now we have something for the guys that aren't ES dealers, so you have a nice, great piece that you can showcase right in the middle of your display boards. Again, when you're demoing all the GS speakers and whatnot, but that's a new piece out there, so we want to support that with a promo as well. Again, make sure you get with your sales rep on all of these, but Sony, again, a great partner with us, helping us out with a ton of different stuff heading into the springtime. But they're not the only ones. They're not the only ones out there. We got a few more promos going on as well.
We're springing into savings, remember?
That's it. So Alpine, another one of our great partners, also has a bunch of different promos going on right now. We have a few different bundles. There's 5 different bundle packages going on right now. Ways to save over $300. Again, another premier brand that does a great job of protecting their pricing. So you know about what you're going to make when you're selling Alpine stuff. Well, now you got an opportunity to make even more. So again, huge savings on those bundles. But they also like the idea of a Baker's Dozen. So we got a Baker's Dozen.
We got a Baker's Dozen. We got a lot of baking going on.
Yeah, still going on. And just because Jonathan loves it, I'll say it. That Baker's Dozen, you got 12. The baker needs to try one. So we're going to give you an extra set of speakers so you can make sure that these are the speakers for your customer. You pop them in your board, you put them in the demo vehicle, or you throw them into inventory to cost average your inventory down. But again, a huge opportunity to go ahead and get in front of that business. Make sure you got that stuff in stock so when the customers come in, you could say, yes, Mr. Customer, yes, Miss Customer, we'll take care of you. Right this second.
Right now.
You don't even have to come back. We're going to take care of you right now.
And Alpine's another one of those brands we just talked about, Sony being a premium brand. So if you're not an Alpine SRP or direct dealer, guess what? Get with Ben, get with with your GoFast sales rep, and find out about becoming an Alpine SRP dealer.
Yeah, and it's a good point. Almost glossed over that. Again, it's another line that we do. We have a great partnership with Alpine, but it is not open to everybody that is a GoFast dealer. This is an approved line only. So like Bob said, get with us. Let's get you approved. Let's get some of that stuff in and take advantage of that Baker's Dozen sale.
Absolutely.
Yep, so keeping that rolling on.
Keep and roll. We're going to have some more savings.
Marine Season 2 is coming, so obviously we're going to be seeing everybody bring out their classic cars and all that kind of stuff. But marinas are going to start popping off. Anything power sports, marine, it's all going to start going crazy right now. So Triton is also getting in the mix. We've got 20% off speaker subs, amps, sound bars. So a great way to, again, get yourself ready for the power sports season as well. We got a lot of guys that is their bread and butter. They wait all year for this season to come back around. So again, we want to make sure that we are ready to go. It's a shorter season. Usually the marine season, a little bit shorter than some of the other ones. So again, we're going to have to tackle this as soon as it gets here. And why not do it with some promotions?
Yeah, you know, you make a great point about the season being short up here in the Northeast. This year, we didn't get that super cold. So as it's you look outside today and it's 50 degrees and you can see some of the trees are starting to bloom. Folks are going to start getting their boats out, their motorcycles out, their classic cars, as you mentioned. Now's the time where you've got to be ready for them to take advantage of all of these seasons that have that short window. Right? Once that boat gets up out on the water, you're probably not going to bring it back in to do any more work on it. So now's the time when they're working on those. So you want to hit them today, and you want to make sure that you're prepared. And these deals, the 20 points off of the Triton Marine product, that is a smoking deal. And the great thing about Triton is it's a brand that GoFast owns in our market. So you won't find another distributor. You won't find it online. Like with anything, you know, there's always that straggler that shows up on an eBay or something. But for the most part, that is a super protected line.
We're going to squash them.
We squash them quickly, and the EDA group, which we're a part of, is very cognizant of the Triton brand. So you can purchase with confidence. You're going to make great margin. Again, that's going back to that. We're going to get great margin on
great margin on it at regular price.
At regular price.
Now you get 20% off on top of that. You're just multiplying your savings. Yeah, and I like that you pointed out about, again, the season being a little bit shorter. Our remote start season was a little bit shorter, I would say, this year. We didn't really get that nice traditional cold winter that we remember back in, back in the day. I don't even know if that's even a thing anymore, like cold winters. If you're 20 years old, you don't even know what a cold winter is at this point. But with that being a little bit shorter, I think that means that marine season going to start a little bit earlier, hopefully goes a little bit longer. So we may have a little bit more meat on the bone. So some of the guys that maybe missed out, you didn't have that spectacular starter season, or it wasn't something that you write home to mommy about. Well, guess what? You got a chance to go and tackle another season that is very, very profitable. So again, make sure you guys are ready to go. Hit the ground running.
That's a fantastic point, Ben. You know, one of the things that we preach here when we're talking about product is finding new ways to make money, new revenue streams. So if this year the starter season maybe wasn't the starter season that you dreamt about or you remember from back in the day, as you like to say, what's the pivot? The pivot now is we're into that spring season, and we need to capitalize on that. And each season brings another thing to capitalize on. And GoFast is just, we look for things that are going to be able to give you revenue for all of these different seasons, and you pivot, right? You had if it became a super cold summer, right? And if the flip happened, we would have something else to be able to sell. So we didn't have that super great winter. Spring is here. Let's get out there and make money with the marine, with the power sports, with the motorcycles. And if we're talking about motorcycles, there's something that you got something new, right?
Yeah, and I was going to say, hopefully I didn't jinx us, because I do like the summers, so I'm not trying to say we need 8 months of winter next year. But if it has to happen, I guess starter season could be long. I guess I'd take it.
I would.
But yes, no, we're going to keep on the marine and power sports theme. So another really hot thing, hot piece, hotly anticipated piece. Diamond is coming out with their 2014 and up Harley radio. So this has been something that you guys have been asking for, talking about. It is on the horizon. I want to say we'll be within about the next 30 days. We should be nice and flush. You should already be installing these things. But this is not something that you can just go ahead once they land. You give your sales rep a call and we just fire them out. There is one thing that we need from you first. Right.
So Diamond is going to come out with this amazing Harley radio. I think I've seen it. I saw it first at SEMA. Then we did see it at KnowledgeFest in Las Vegas this year. And they want to ensure that not only are they coming out with this premium product that's going to blow away anything that's been in that space to date, they want to make sure that you're making money when you sell this. So they're going to protect this thing vigorously. in order to be able to purchase them, I need to get you to sign a 2024 distributor dealer agreement through Diamond. So it basically says you're not going to sell it on eBay, you're not going to sell it on third-party websites, and you're going to be selling it at MAP, right? Because we're going to make sure that we sell this product, but we all make money, right? There's no race to zero here. And so that's important. Make sure that you get with your GoFast sales rep and submit your form.
Yeah, and we don't like to give you guys homework. A lot of times when we ask you guys this, oh, why do I have to do this? But this is a huge, huge benefit, guys. Again, probably one of the biggest complaints we get in this industry, and this has been going on for a while, is, oh, the internet. Oh, man, I have to compete with the internet. Oh, this guy can get this cheap. They're whittling me down on the price. The customers are killing me. Why? Well, Diamond is going to go ahead and make sure that that doesn't happen. So that's the reason why they're doing this, guys. It's because we want to make sure that when you get these pieces in your hands, they are an expensive unit for your customers. But your customer is going to ask for this. We want to make sure that when you sell this expensive unit, you're making the money on it that you should. So ensuring that these things don't show up online, these things don't get beat up price points, is going to be paramount to the success of it. And to do that, we do need to have you guys sign that dealer agreement. It takes you a second. Get that back to us. We'll get you submitted in. You're going to be good to go. And when those babies land, we'll be able to fire them right out that day. And that's, I think, going to be the most important thing. You want to be the first guy in your area to have that radio, to be able to promote that it's in stock and ready to go. Most of you guys have given us some pre-order ideas on the number of units that you need. So thank you to the guys that did. Let us know on this. Again, this is going to be something where we want to try to control the flow. There's going to be a lot of demand for this. There's going to probably be finite units. I don't think Diamond made 1 trillion of them out there. I'm sure there's a lot of them out there, but we want to make sure our guys get them. So make sure you get us those estimates on what you need so we can get with Diamond and make sure we are flush and ready to go. So we got one other thing as well that has been very, very much requested. We are in the home stretch now, so
yes,
we don't have a landing day yet, but the Drone XC, so another huge piece that has been requested, has been promoted, and has been anticipated for months at this point. Well, the end is here. So we need to know what you guys need. So much buzz around this piece. Again, if you're not familiar, the Drone XC is the First Tech live view dash cam that has the drone built into it. So this piece has been promoted. A lot of shops already have them sold. We're just waiting for them. But we need to, again, just like with that Diamond radio, we need to make sure that we have all of your needs covered. So get in some pre-orders now, because going along with the pre-orders, I think there's some little perks that you get along with it as well.
So with any of the drone product, right, one of the best ways to be able to sell the drone product is to take them to your car, right, or my car, or somebody's, and take your customer to their car and show them the product. And we'll certainly have a whole bunch of people looking for demo units. So there is a demo program right off the rip. You need to order 3 units in stock. Once you're ordered the 3 units, we can order you a unit at the demo price. You want to get a hold of your GoFast sales rep so that he can give you all the details, but he can set you up with a demo unit, with demo service. So when you bring that customer out to your vehicle, they get the full effect. And if they're getting that full effect, they're going to be looking to buy, because this is a game-changing product. There's not often in our industry when there's something that's new and innovative that nobody else is doing at that time, right? There's very many, just a lot of the stuff that we have in our industry there are other items very, very similar. This is new.
Yeah, so this, again, is going to be a very highly demanded piece, but mainly for the actual installers, for the business owners, for the sales guys as well. So that is going to be, again, to Bob's point, the best way to be able to sell this is to have one yourself. Most of you guys have been asking on this. Well, we have the demo program right from the factory as well. So this is First Tech's demo program. We're able to offer that out through GoFast. So that's a huge, huge, huge win. And the other thing I like to point out on this, a lot of you guys have multiple installers. Maybe you want one for the business owner and for the sales manager. Maybe you want one for the sales guy. Maybe you got a lot of guys on hand that want to have a demo unit. it's not limited to one demo unit per
No,
store.
you can have as many as you like.
So you do have to hit those qualifications. Again, we don't like to talk too much about pricing and stuff like that, as this is out to the general public. So get with us on the exact figures on all of these. We have all of that information. But for every 3 that you buy, you do have the ability to get a demo unit. So again, if you got a bunch of guys there that are ready, willing, and raring to go, figure out about what you're going to need for your stock. Go ahead, get those ordered up. Let's get you those demo units in your guys' hands again, so that as soon as that flow of customers starts hitting the doors, you guys already know how the app works, you know how the live viewing works, you're very well versed, and you can pitch this thing great and make it very successful. But again, we're going to need to make sure we have your estimates. We have our training coming up on this. This is going to be at the end of the month, so we're going to get our learn on this. We expect them to land right after. So the window on this one is a little bit shorter. So again, we know there's going to be tons and tons of inquiries about this. Don't be the last one to the party on this one, guys. Make sure that you get those estimates in so we can get these out to you as soon as they land.
I'll tell you that I spent a little bit of time with the purchasing team when we were looking at this as we're able to place our orders. And after we had been and seen this product, Johnny and I saw it in Las Vegas, and Dave saw the same thing. And we went to the purchasing team, and I saw them triple their opening order to make sure that we're ready for you guys. So get those orders in, because they're going to move fast, and those guys that give us their numbers or what they believe they're going to need, their pre-orders, you guys are going to be ensured that you get those units first. So don't forget to call your GoFast sales rep right away on that.
Yeah, and now we've been talking a lot about all these different deals that we have going on. Some of them are a little bit bulkier. We got the Baker's Dozen sale. We've got the Sony promo where we're going to get you loaded in on some goods. We got to get that stuff to you too. Now,
we do, especially now that we're talking, like you just mentioned, it's spring, and you're going to start getting those audio calls.
Sub boxes, amplifiers, subs, all that heavy stuff
that cost a ton to ship.
You don't want to send out UPS. Well, we've got something for you there too. In this area, up in the central Connecticut area and up in Mass, we've been very successful, even out in Rhode Island, with doing some delivery runs. Well, we're bringing that delivery run down to the Hicksville area as well. Now, this is already live. We already got this going.
This is already live.
But we want to make sure that our partners down in that area know that we have delivery vans in the area, so that when you run into these, whether it could be anything, could be tint boxes are big.
And they're expensive to ship.
Yeah, we're going to get in that, since you want to load that up. Detailing stuff, say you want to go ahead and get one of the 50-gallon drums.
That's expensive to ship.
We can make this stuff happen. Even just the 5-gallon stuff is going to be expensive to ship. Great opportunity to not give all of your profit dollars to UPS or USPS. They're valued partners of us too. They help us out in a pinch. Great service. But if we can save some money by getting these heavy things onto our local delivery vans, man, that's a win for everybody.
So that's what basically Ben is saying. So for those of you guys in Brooklyn, those of you guys in Queens, Nassau County, Suffolk County, our Hicksville warehouse has a van now. We are doing deliveries. As a matter of fact, I just was in the planning room. There's a huge delivery going out tomorrow for in the Brooklyn area. So all of you guys, give your GoFast sales rep a call. Give Mike Cava a call. Give Ed. Give any of our sales guys up here in Middletown that are your sales rep. Give them a call. Ask them about how you can get your product delivered, so you can save on that, and maybe load up on those Chuchero boxes or those empty boxes, empty enclosures, heavy woofers. Now's the time to order them up. We'll get them out to you. Just get with your GoFast sales rep, and he'll get you in on all the details.
Yeah, and Chuchero box is in stock now. Also, let's make sure we got that. So yeah, go ahead and load up. And we do this on a consistent basis too. Again, this is and I maybe one day we can get some of our van supporters locally on here to just say what they love about the van. But we got guys that are now counting on these vans coming out there weekly. Again, I know, especially COD customers that have to again give additional money to UPS to do COD transactions. These guys are saving tons and tons of money. They're able to get, again, huge boxes instead of having to place pallet orders and have a pallet come out with having a bay or a lift gate or anything like that come
And
out.
the dollar's tied up, right?
And instead of having a place orders like that, you can order as you need. We get it on the van, we get it out there for you, and then you're good to go. So again, exciting that we now can offer this out in the New York area. That's a huge
weekly
market for deliveries. So take advantage of it, guys. Help us make that successful. And the more successful it is, the more days we'll be able to run a van.
Absolutely.
We'll be able to keep that going. I think the goal would be to get a van daily down there and make sure we're always pounding away and getting you guys stuff on the daily. But we got to start somewhere. So
Right.
get with your sales rep. Help us make this as successful as possible. And we guarantee we'll keep improving as time goes on as well.
Well,
So
we've come to that time, right? We're
Yeah.
about that point. We've got, I think, all the house cleaning, or housekeeping, I should say, out of the way. Ben, you've got a whole bunch of stuff out here.
Ooh.
Talk to me a little bit about what we've got going on here with our boys, our friends from Memphis.
Yeah, so one of our best, biggest, friendliest, best supporters, some of the closest guys to us, the guys at Memphis Audio, they're our vendor spotlight. I'm sure Bob is now happy he gets to get in on this one. I know you got a great relationship with the boys as well.
They're Nick and oh my God, what's
Ellis?
Ellis with that. Well, just think of Ellis with that with the chain, the pictures that we have of Ellis. Great guys. I love hanging out with them. Just even in after hours when we do these KFS, go out for a couple of drinks or some dinner. Great guys to hang out with. But
Always
they
looking
have
to have fun. But yeah, I was going to say, but they rep a really great line
rep a
as
fantastic line, and they make great products. I tell you, the earbuds. Everyone fights for the earbuds in my house because they literally make the best sounding earbuds, and that just permeates to all of their line. Talk us a little bit about what we got going on.
So again, a lot of you guys are familiar with Memphis. It's a line that is growing with us, one of the faster growing lines. So most of you guys are familiar, but you're probably familiar with, like, I call it the meat and potatoes. You know, the PRX line of speakers, that's going to be a tremendous line of speakers. You know, you got all the amps that go in there, the Mojo stuff. You guys know about a lot of that stuff. It's tremendous stuff, and we could spend probably 2 hours just going over all the benefits of those core pieces. But I wanted to bring out some really cool stuff that you might not have known that you had access to through Memphis, or that Memphis was producing, because they obviously are known for speakers and subwoofers. They're known for sound, but they do a lot of different stuff as well. They got their hands in a lot of different cookie jars, and they do a really, really good job with some niche pieces. So blast through some stuff real quick. Obviously, we talk a lot about Marine. Marine's going to be coming up. I just wanted to make sure you guys know. You should know, but easy 6.5-inch Marine speakers, they do Marine, so keep them in mind. But one of the other pieces that a lot of the Marine people and classic car people are using is the SMC2A. It's a hideaway radio that will give you all the benefits of having an in-dash radio, but where you can't actually put a radio in the dash. So again, classic cars, you got a guy that's got the old dual shaft radio. He doesn't want to cut that thing up. He wants to keep a nice factory look, but he wants that whole sound system. He needs his AM FM tuner. He needs all that kind of stuff. Bam, you got a piece now where you can get him all that functionality. Has pre-outs just like you would on a radio, so you could run amplifiers. Does have the tuners and everything built in there. Everything that you would do with a standard radio, you can do with that piece, but you don't have to actually have a spot for it. So side-by-sides, motorcycles, classic cars, boats, it's a Marine-rated piece. Tons and tons of versatility. Every time I bring this up to a dealer, man, I didn't know that was available. Man, that is a tremendous piece. We sell it, they rebuy. Make sure you check that one out. A couple other things out here. I'm throwing this one out for Jonathan here. They do sound processing as well, whether it's analog or digital. Jonathan's favorite, an EQ. Again, I wish he was here just to see like the top of his head pop off. EQs, again, it's a technology that, to Jonathan's point, it's something that we used to use back in the day a little bit more, but Memphis still has options out there. There's still a lot of guys that ask for that kind of stuff, so you have an EQ option from a big trusted brand. Again, a lot of times the EQs that you get might be from some of the secondary, the off-brand stuff you find online, because not a lot of the manufacturers are doing a traditional EQ anymore. Memphis now gets you into an EQ in a big name, but still keeps the analog feel. But to make Jonathan happy, they also are now getting into DSPs as well. So they have their 6 and 8 out 6.5 series DSP, Wanted to bring out something from the 6.5 series as well, because that is their premier line for their amplifiers as well. I'm a Memphis 6.5 Bell owner, so I have a 5-channel Memphis amp in my car. A tremendous line, huge power, but definitely something to check out, because most of you guys are more familiar with the PRX line. So I mentioned I wasn't going to go too crazy into PRX, but I wanted to bring this one out because this is their new PRX 1000. So this is the version 2 of their 1,000 watt monoblock amp. That is a tiny amp.
That is tiny.
If you guys
look at that, guys.
If you guys had the PRX line previously, it was a little bit bigger size chassis. Again, it wasn't an outrageous amp, but it was a little bit bigger size chassis. They have now made this
amazing,
even smaller, beautiful, clean line. That is now available. But again, just the changing up, the constant innovation, the not just resting on the laurels. They're going out, they're always redoing the lines, listening to feedback. They know that some of the installs now, you need to have smaller components, so they went ahead with their flagship line and gave you a smaller amp. They also do pro audio. Again, I just wish.
It's just amazing, right? Look, because I was just thinking about where you've gone. You know, this is kind of like that marine power sports arena. The EQs, I was thinking about the EQs when you were speaking about them. You know, EQs are still very prominent in the Latino communities, right?
Yeah.
They're still, you know, the pro audio, which kind of goes hand in hand. They use the EQs to attenuate the sound on their pro audio stuff. So Memphis has a little bit of something for everybody. If it's audio and it's got speakers and amplifiers, most likely Memphis is making something in that space for you.
Yeah, they know you guys are out here to make money. We're not charities. Again, we like to do great work. We like to help out our communities, but you guys are here to make money, and you got to be able to do it across all categories. So Memphis knows that. And again, a lot of this is expansions. This is stuff that they didn't have. If you've been a Memphis dealer for decades or for a decade, you didn't always see all this stuff out here. So some of this stuff new. But we definitely wanted to bring up pro audio. Again, a huge expanding category. We do get a lot of pushback sometimes. Guys say, pro audio, that's a new category. I'm not too familiar. I've never heard of that brand. I don't think I want to get into it. Memphis, a trusted brand, a brand that does more of the traditional audio as well, known for more of the traditional audio, also does a tremendous job with pro audio. They've actually been doing pro audio for a while with their SRX line. Now we got Mojo Pro stuff as well. But if you maybe were a holdout, you said, I don't know, I don't really want to get into pro audio stuff, but I know I can't keep saying no to these customers. Memphis could be a great way to go and dip your toes into that pro audio world. Because again, like Bob had mentioned, they are going to support you with things like the EQs and everything as well. So again, huge new addition. M Fuego boxes. If you want Chuchero boxes on the Hicksville van, you can get those things as well. But then they'll do more custom fit items as well. So this one isn't as custom, but again, we run out of space out here if you didn't notice. But they'll do motorcycle handlebar kits. So again, getting into that season, maybe it's not a Harley. You get scooters out there. You get other types of bikes out there where you can only attach things onto the handlebars. Memphis is going to have options that come with amps and Bluetooth. They make Toyota factory fit speakers.
Drop right in, right?
Yep, drop right in. A lot of the new Toyotas up in the top of the dash, they don't use a traditional tweeter. Well, now you got something that's going to drop right in. Again, thinking of everything. And now we talk about, again, bikes, we're talking about marine. They'll do side-by-sides. They do direct fit for quite a few different things out there. Harley Davidsons. Again, a lot of new kits. So check out memphiscaraudio.com. You can see all the different categories that you'll have access to, or gofst.com as well. But definitely put a little time into it. See what else is out there. Or next time we reach out to you, say, hey, I heard on the Facebook that Memphis got a lot of new stuff out there. Why don't you just give me a quick overview? And I'm sure a salesperson would be very happy to do that.
I tell you, I think that Memphis is one of those brands that when you start to dive deep and you start to realize they really do a fantastic job. Going back to Nick and to Ellis and their team, these guys are always looking to innovate. I remember that the Memfuego, when it was in the talking phases before it was even pen to paper, we were talking about the pro audio business and how that's grown, and we kind of had a couple of suggestions, kicked around some ideas. Within months, These guys are just like on it. They came up with something. This Memfuego box if you must have seen them on some of the videos. They've been at KnowledgeFest, SEMA. This thing kicks butt, and it looks great. And it's just something, just another area where Memphis has you covered. Take a look at Memphis Audio, because anything that they put together, they do it well. They put it together well. They give you a great warranty. They're just a great company to deal with. And talk to your GoFast sales rep, because they're going to get you the right deal on Memphis products.
Yeah, and Memphis does a great job. If you ever get a chance, Chad and the boys, they are out traveling as well. We've had the opportunity to hear a lot of this stuff as well. We preach on demos and things like that. This stuff sounds incredible. So we have a line that is going to be, again, very robust. It's going to cover a lot of carries. Sounds great. And one thing, and this is probably the last thing we're going to talk about, is also just the branding, the marketing. Memphis really, really stepped their game up. I mean, again, you just look at the boxes that they have. Everything looks great. It pops. It's very exciting. So when you're putting together, again, bulk out displays in your showroom, if you're loading up your display boards, or you're loading up, you have a glass case, putting the Memphis stuff in there, it's all eye-catching too. So they really do think of everything. Obviously, they want to make sure that they're doing plug-and-play, easy stuff for your installers. But for your sales guys, they're even thinking about stuff like that, with cool POP, with great branding on their boxes and things like that. These are all things that help you guys sell. These are all things that are very intentional by Memphis. Lots of thought goes into this. So this is a brand that really supports your guys' business. So go ahead and give them a big thanks, and make sure you support them as well. Again, like I mentioned, Memphis is one of the fastest growing lines at GoFast. I got a feeling that train is going to keep on rolling.
Oh, yeah. They're just not going to stop, because those guys are they're always cutting edge. They're always, anytime you speak to them, they're always looking at the next thing. Anything that they make, like I said, is quality. So, and the other super important thing that we were talking about earlier, margin. You can make money with Memphis.
Good thing we didn't forget that.
Right? You make money with Memphis products. It's something that you don't see it everywhere. And anytime the price points, you're price protected, and you're making margin when you sell it. And you know what? You're giving your customer real quality product. They're not going to be upset that you put Memphis product in their vehicle.
Yeah, so again, a huge supporter of GoFast. I mean, I think we could say that over and over and over again. Always welcome. Memphis guys are always welcome in the GoFast doors. Always coming with gifts or something for us too. I love those guys. But again, thank you so much. Thank you to everybody that tuned in today and gave us some ears to listen to us talk about Memphis. I'm going to go ahead and get back to the phones.
We got to get on the phones.
Yeah, with Jonathan out here.
And I'm going to go do like the Dora the Explorer, see where Johnny is on the map, and make sure that he's not terrorizing anybody in their industry.
Yeah, and we'll see if maybe we can get him back here next week. If not,
I'm always here.
Do it again.
Well, thanks everybody, and see you guys soon.